Hey guys, welcome to Friday. Hey. Hi.
You don't need to clap. It's not Clap Monday.
Is it not?
It is not.
Can it be Monday now?
No.
I miss clapping.
It's Friday.
Gotta get down!
Anyway, we got a problem there. We just way too many goddamn games to play.
Yeah, we're adding that to our list of first world problems, like our coffee is too hot and we own too many cars to fit into our driveways.
Where did they go? Luckily, the first problem may soon go away.
Okay.
The video games one, not the coffee.
All right.
You just put an ice cube in there, right, Lawrence? I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy.
Not that complicated.
Recent remarks from Ubisoft chairman and CEO Yves Guillemot indicate that Ubisoft is shifting away from annual releases for its major franchises.
The question is why? Money, stupid. It's money. And if Ubisoft isn't earning money by doing it, it's just a matter of time until other publishers figure that out too.
But enough high-level talk. Let's dig into the details. Lawrence, hit it.
Okay, like all good information, this comes from an investor talk.
Oh.
It's weird that that's kind of the major way we get news these days. There was an 81-page presentation delivered yesterday by a handful of key Ubisoft executives on Investor Day.
Ooh.
Yay!
Money!
Investor Day present, Adam?
We observe Investor Day in my household.
Right off the top, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot describes a shift in the industry. As Guillemot describes, the industry shifting out of a hit-driven, fire-and-forget release strategy to games that are more sustainable and engaging. So this is actually something we've noticed on this show a few times. I don't want to dip into I told you so's too much, but we're kind of in the middle of a game's transition from a defined product, like a disc that you buy for $60, you play it for a month and then forget about it, to more of an ongoing service, something that you just subscribe to with your mind and your eyeballs. This is reflected with Guillemot's summary of future gaming landscapes, longer life cycles for games with year-round support and direct engagement with players.
Right, but what does all of this execu-speak actually mean?
Concretely, it means that we won't see an Assassin's Creed game this year, we already knew that, and that the yearly ass cred dance may be over for good.
Sad. We reported on this rumor last month, just to toot our horn once more, only to have it confirmed by a post on the Ubi blog late last week.
Yeah, while Assassin's Creed will return in 2017, Guillemot said in an interview with GamesIndustry.biz that it may not be annualized as it has in the past.
According to Guillemot, quote, the goal is not to automatically come back to an annual cycle, but to come back on a regular basis. We can't say every year. Sounds like he's talking about gold packs that he wants to open.
In fact, Ubisoft wants to release fewer games in general. This has been a trend for a while. The company went from 56 releases in fiscal year 2010 to just 12 in fiscal 2016.
In fiscal 2019, Ubisoft plans to drop that count to just 5 AAA games.
Wow, that's crazy. Despite the declining release numbers, they project revenue growth of 60% in fiscal 2019. There's not a lot of room in that release slate for the annual churn that we've seen in the past decade.
Right, but there's one giant big bomb, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, if Ubisoft is in the same industry as every other games publisher, other game publishers must be getting wise to this too.
Yeah.
If Ubisoft is making more money releasing games this way, you can bet everyone else is going to watch that or are already doing it themselves. We can see this from the outside, even if we don't have a huge investor deck to kind of walk us through all the details. In fact, the biggest example of the old ways is also the biggest statement that those ways aren't working so well anymore.
Yeah, for example, Activision, the publishers of the annual juggernaut Call of Duty, released Destiny under this, quote, new model of games engagement.
That's right, they did. The game released in 2014, and 2015 came and went with no whisper of Destiny 2.
Yeah, and they're still being kind of quiet on it, and rather than a full sequel, we got content packs and rotating events designed to keep players engaged with the exact same title.
Yeah, I think it probably worked for them as well. That performance didn't escape Ubisoft's attention. They even cited Destiny as the biggest new IP launch ever in their own presentation, slating it above Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed.
It's a bummer that the perennial bridesmaid Nintendo didn't get any recognition here for Splatoon, but who are we to tell those wacky French Canadians what to think?
Lawrence, what do you mean by Splatoon? What should we notice there?
It sold really well. It sold 4 million copies. And for a multiplayer-focused shooter on a Nintendo platform, that's pretty fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially one that's a completely new IP and a completely new game mechanic to play. I don't know. Splatoon is kind of a huge, quiet success. And it's weird that a lot of other more Western companies don't really talk about it.
I think it's fair to say that Ubisoft likens itself to Nintendo and thinks that Rabbids may be the new Mario.
Rayman? I don't know about that one.
Who?
Even Call of Duty itself is starting to transform and adapt to the modern industry. Granted, we're still getting a full Call of Duty this fall from Infinity Ward, but for the first time you can purchase COD multiplayer by itself.
It's not going full Destiny, but it is a sign that the once invincible series is being forced to experiment with its release model.
Yeah, so fear not, gamers. Your backlogs will soon go away, replaced by a stable of games that routinely receive updates, patches, and timed events.
Speaking of that, how's the new Overwatch patch coming, Joel?
Really good.
Yeah.
Made us, she could shoot more ices. Bastion's a little bit nerf.
Everybody's upset about that turret. I like that turret. I'm fine with that.
They
turret.
slowed it down.
They slowed it down. Now it takes half a second to aim.
Fucking hate those turrets, man.
Still shoots me in the head though.
Just staring at me right through a wall.
Happy Investor Day, everybody.
Let's go play Overwatch.
Hello, Jer Pelican. And he's like, it's JR. No, it's Jer.
No,
Trust me, I know what you're when I see one.
When did Tolkien die?
70s, early 70s, mid 70s.
Boy, he never got to see his empire.
He saw a bunch of stoners starting to read his books,
know.
and he's like, fuck.
Pretty much. There are all these stories about him, like people, like hippies would show up at his house, like knock on his door, like, hey man, I want to talk about Lord of the Rings with you, and he'd be like, get off of.
And I was shooing him off.
It's about God.
Between that and fucking his maid, he was pretty busy.
He's like, I didn't invent a language for you.